Sports View London Boxing News from the capital city here at Trinity House with promoter Eddie Hearn. They just heard the announcement there, Carl Froch 100% vacating, James DeGale will fight. You expressed the desire to get the negotiations with Andre Dirrell, you know, completely sooner rather than later. How much have you been moving in the time that you've had?
Just really the last 24 hours, really, just speaking to Al Haynan's team about trying to make that fight. I think obviously Andre Dirrell doesn't really want to come to the UK, but you know, at the same time, it's an opportunity for a vacant title for him. It's a fight between two elite level 168 pounders. But again, if it's not going to be Andre Dirrell, then we want to move it forward as soon as possible and keep moving down the list.
Will you, as a promoter and more importantly a businessman, will you give that a cut-off date? Will you only go?
Yeah, I mean, what happens is you get 28 days to negotiate, but you can call for purse bids at any time. So we'll give it 3, 4, 5, 6 days, however long it needs. But I think, you know, obviously they don't want to mess around either. I think they'll want to get moving, and I think we'll know quite soon whether there's a deal to be done or not. And if there isn't, then we move to purse bids, or we try and come up with another plan.
Do you think Dirrell would come to the UK? In your part of hearts, do you think he's the type of fighter?
He's been before, and some say he was on the back end. He's a very tight fight, and he's vocal about that, and obviously he's got that history, so that's going to come up around the fight. So I think the judges are going to be on the case, and obviously there'll no doubt be neutral judges for the fight. So I don't see why he shouldn't, if the deal's right for him, and it's a chance for him to fight for a world title. It's not like we're going to like some barn, like in like the Outback, where he's going to get turned over. We go to the O2 in front of 20,000 televised all over the world. So I don't think he should really be that bothered about that. But will he want to come? What's his other options? I hope he does.
And regarding, obviously, you've got the April the 25th date. Sorry, that's concrete. In your mind, are you already building that card? Because I know you like to think ahead, don't you?
I mean, look, if the card, if it was George Groves, the card would be a lot different to if it was Anthony Dirrell. Obviously we've got Selby Gradovic we're trying to place as well at the moment. It's a great fight for the world title. Kevin Mitchell is now looking for another fight around that day. Anthony Joshua against Kevin Johnson is a fight that is ready to be rescheduled for that kind of date. So loads of options, and the card will be tasty, whoever it might be.
Regarding Carl Froch vacating the IBF title, were you ever near to making this fight with Carl?
No, not really. I mean, we looked at it, we looked at the numbers. It was never really a fight that Carl felt like he wanted. And I said to the guy, Carl's a fighter that relies on hunger, determination and will to win. And if he hasn't got that, he's not the same fighter. And he didn't have that against George Groves in the first fight, and he nearly lost. So I don't think he wants to, and he knows how good James is. It's not a case of, he knows James is a quality fighter, but he just wasn't up for the fight. And I think Carl's deserves to respect that he'll fight anyone, and he has over his career. But at this stage, I think he's also earned the right to fight whoever he wants. Not ruling out a fight with James down the line. If James can beat Dirrell, Froch against DeGale is a massive fight.
Most definitely.
And maybe that's the case.
You just mentioned George Groves there. There was Twitter basically blew up yesterday with an announcement, didn't it? And is that a fight you would be confident of making, or would you say that some comments were...
Not confident of making, because of his, you can tell, he thinks it's an insult of a 50-50. That's, if it goes down the list to him with the IBF, it's 50-50. That's the rule in the split. So I don't know. He's got a chance to either fight Anthony Dirrell in America. Probably have to wait till September, October for small money, or fight James DeGale in England, a guy who he's already beat for 10 times the money of Dirrell. I don't understand what there is to think about. Sometimes people just overcomplicate things and let their ego take control, rather than just sitting down and saying, this is the right thing for my career, my life, my livelihood, and my ambitions, because there's a genuine world title on the line.
And it's a fight that fans really want to see, innit?
But what's the argument that I'm a bigger name? Well, you're number 4, he's number 1. You're both mandatory changes. It's like, but
well,
boxing.
we live in hope, Eddie.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. Much appreciated.
All right,
Thank
mate.
you. Cheers, Ed. Yeah.